Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is episode 3 of Exposing NBA Takes. If you didn't know this was a thing on my channel, then open up the playlist section and you'll see. Today's topic is that many people have been saying that if the Phoenix Suns win the championship this year, which they might since they're up 2-0 in the series, then it will not count. It'll be a Mickey Mouse ring, it was easy, and all that other extra talk. But today, I'll be proving them wrong and telling you why the Phoenix Suns deserve every single bit of their success. What's up, guys? It's Krishna, and today we're going to be exposing the recent NBA takes regarding the Phoenix Suns' success in the postseason. So first off, people who say that the Suns are just your regular bunch of decent NBA players and that they appear to be so good because of injuries to other teams, then you're sadly mistaken. When you talk about injuries, you gotta realize that injuries happen to the Suns as well. In the first round versus the Los Angeles Lakers, Chris Paul got injured in Game 1 and wasn't the same for the next 2 games.
And a nice follow by LeBron James, who's now got 10 points.
And Chris Paul is down in pain.
Oh boy, holding his right shoulder.
That was the time for the Lakers to capitalize since arguably the best player on the Suns was injured. And they did. Sort of. They won 2 games, but in the end, the team that played better, which was the Phoenix Suns, won the series. Anthony Davis was hurt in the series for the Lakers, but so was Chris Paul. So that's an even matchup. And actually, in my opinion, Chris Paul's impact to winning is more than AD's, which means that the Lakers actually had an advantage, although it was very slight. Then coming into the Nuggets versus Suns series, people, mostly Twitter heads, said that the Nuggets will win the series pretty easily because of Nikola Jokic, the MVP. Keep one thing in mind, the fact that nobody was talking about Jamal Murray before the series started, okay? But when the Suns took a 2-0 lead versus them, the Jamal Murray talk began. They were saying if Murray was here, they would have won and blah blah blah. Like, really? As good as Jamal Murray is, he wouldn't turn a team that just got swept in 4 games and won no games to winning 4 games in a series against a team that just swept you. He's just not that good. I personally loved him last year in the bubble, but in the end, he was still fairly inconsistent, but just not as how much he is in the regular season. And then the Western Conference Finals. Before I talk about the series, I do believe if Kawhi was healthy, the Clippers would have won, but that's exactly my point. There's ifs to everything, and like I've said before in my other videos, injuries are part of the game, and it matters if you're able to stay healthy. I'm not saying that it's your fault when you get injured, but what I'm saying is that you can't take away from how good a team has been because of a player on the opposite team being injured. These same people would say that if the Lakers had J.R. Smith this year and AD was healthy but the Suns still won, they would say that they won because JR was injured.
My body different.
And that's not going to be true. I know for a fact they would say that. Nobody likes success nowadays, I guess. Let's talk about the finals now. The Bucks might have gone through a lot with the Giannis injury, but the Suns have had their fair share of injuries as well. Huge props to Giannis for playing great in Game 2, but as we all concluded, he wasn't enough alone. Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday need to take a step up, and it needs to happen every single game, especially in a moment like this where you are on the biggest stages and have the biggest stakes put on you in the game of basketball. So the injuries excuse should be completely taken away. The backcourt duo of Devin Booker and Chris Paul is lethal. The best backcourt duo of all time is the Steph Curry and Klay Thompson one from 2016 onwards, but this duo definitely should be up there. Just imagine if CP3 was in his prime with D-Book, that's just a championship run guaranteed. At this old of an age, Chris Paul is not as fast or quick as he was before, but he is now way smarter than he was and knows the game inside and out. In just a matter of 1 year, the chemistry has fully built up for Booker and Paul, and actually not just for them, their whole team. The top of the key pick and roll between Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton is almost unguardable. Ayton is always ready to catch the ball anywhere Chris Paul throws it.
Just look at how the ball flies offensively, but also the great effort by the Bucks on defense to close out and contest. At the end, however, Phoenix is able to penetrate inside, and Ayton finishes with the end one. This is absolutely beautiful and great effort from both teams. And
this Suns team reminds me of the 2016 Warriors. They had one superstar in Steph Curry and a star in Klay Thompson. CP3 is a superstar and Devin Booker is a star. Just like how that Warriors team were always on the same page, knowing each other fully, the Suns team is just like that. Except that the Warriors had Draymond to playmake and Steph and Klay to score. The Suns have CP3 to playmake and score, and then Booker to score as well. So to wrap this video up, I just want to say, please stop disrespecting A team that is this good, and I can guarantee you, next season, if all the teams are at least 90% healthy and CP3 plays like or even similar to this, the Suns will be as good as they were this year. Now, all of this is not to say that the Bucks will lose. They still possibly can come back from this deficit, but it's going to be really hard. Really hard, like a lot. Very hard. You don't understand how hard, like that much hard. So guys, if you have watched the video till here, then thank you so much, and comment down below if you agree or disagree with me. Also, my last video on 5 facts about Christmas still hasn't reached 10 likes. Y'all want part 2 or what? Peace.